Plaintiff Christina Cole dated the defendant, and she claims he's so cheap that he would often buy things for her and then bill her at the end of the month. Christina's suing because she claims the defendant ran over her dog and left him permanently disabled. Defendant Kevin Marchant says his relationship with Christina was a roller coaster, and she's a gold digger who uses him for money, even though she makes more money than he does. Kevin is countersuing Christina for the balance due on a refrigerator.
All rise. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may now be seated.
Start with you.
Okay, Kevin's so cheap, he squeaks when he walks, okay? This is how cheap Kevin is.
What years did you all date?
Pardon me?
When did you begin dating?
2017, 2018.
Okay. What did you find cheap about him then?
Well, we'd go out to dinner and he would order an entree and have 2 plates delivered. We'd split the entree, okay. I ordered a margarita and he told the waiter no tequila. This was our first date. Okay.
You told him you didn't like alcohol in your beverage or something?
But I know how to order for myself, Your Honor. Okay. So, and that was my point. I know how to order. I didn't need him to order for me, you know. That should have been the first red flag. Mm-hmm. The second red flag would have been different things that we'd done together the first 6 months we dated. He would put like $20 in my gas tank, like on the second or third of the month. By the time the end of the month came, I got a bill for like $150, and he'd say, well, I put $20 in your gas tank here, and I bought you a pack of cigarettes here, and I bought you a soda here, and then by the time the month came, it was like $150, and I thought,
you
why?
Didn't give it to him.
Why do I have a, yes, I did. Why do I have a boyfriend if you're, you know, tallying it up?
Right.
You know?
Can't buy you a tank of gas or a
right.
pack of cigarettes.
Right, and it was gracious of him to do it at the time. It's just not all the time was I aware that I'd have to pay for it at the end of the month. I could have just stayed home, you know.
Did you ever go over these issues with him and tell him he was a little too frugal for you?
I have.
What was his response? Saving it for your child's
No, he would say,
college?
well, you still owe me $170, and I hadn't said anything about it.
And how long did that last?
Well, it lasted about 8 months, 9 months.
Okay. And how did it end? Who decided to leave the relationship?
I decided to leave it after my animal was hit.
Okay,
he ran
and that's
over my
what
dog.
we're here for. All right, we'll discuss that. Sir, you want to address any of the things she's saying?
Yeah, I've been going out with Christine for about 2 years, and it's been like a roller coaster. She just uses me.
Uses you how?
Oh, when she runs out of money, she needs me to put gas in her car, buy cigarettes. She gets more money than I do in Social Security.
So why don't you just say no then? Why didn't you tell her that when she asked?
She called me. She went to North Dakota a couple months ago, and she needed a ride home from
So why
Vegas.
don't you tell her you make more Social Security than I do?
I tell her that, but she's always broke.
Well, if I lived with my mom and dad, I would be having money too, but I don't. I have a home. He lives with his mom and dad.
I live with my mom and dad because my mom and dad are sick. My dad's got pneumonia right now. My mom's getting pneumonia. I live with my mom to take care of my mom and dad. But, you know, I love this woman, but there's nothing.
So you pay the rent for them? What is
there ain't nothing I can do to make her
that
happy.
you do for your parents that prohibits you from living a similar lifestyle as her?
Living a similar lifestyle?
Yes.
I'm there to take care of my mom and dad because they're elderly.
I know. You pay all the money. What do you do? What do you mean taking care of? You pay all the household bills?
No, I don't pay the bills.
Well, then, we're talking about money right now. What money do you spend on your parents that you keep talking about you take care of? Money. How much?
I don't spend money.
Thank you. That's what we're talking about today.
On my mom and
we're
dad.
talking about money.
Okay.
All right. Now, what are you suing him for? How does he owe you for a vet bill?
His parents and him live out in the country. We took my dog. We went for a drive in the back of the truck. My dog was in the back of the truck. We stopped, we pulled over, we sat on the back of the tailgate, and we were talking, and something came up about the potatoes or something, but he got into the truck, and I was still on the back of the truck because he was just going to drive a little bit up the road. And he started to drive up the road, and he was going kind of fast. Next thing you know, I heard my dog squeaking and hollering, and he had ran over my dog, the back part of his leg, which it got pulled out, and you could see his bone and his flesh. We immediately picked up the dog and took him to his vet. He called his vet, took him in there, and he stayed there for 5 days. The vet released him and said there was nothing further he could do, and gave me a number of a surgical center that could help my animal to put his hip back in. His hip came out. And so for 4 months, Your Honor, I've been watching my dog hop around on 3 legs. It's getting cold in the morning time, and he can't get up. He can't walk across the floor. And it breaks my heart to see this every day.
Your Honor, I tried to talk to her about this when we were coming home from Vegas one night, and she didn't want to talk it. Her boyfriend was there. He jumped on me. I need surgery on my shoulder right now because he blowed out my shoulder.
What is he talking about?
It didn't have anything to do with the pet, my pet.
I didn't think so. What is he talking about?
That's the problem that I have, Your Honor.
Oh.
Okay, let's go back to what we were talking about, what the case is about.
The case, yeah.
All right. She's
the gold digger. She's trying to use me to pay this. I don't have the money to pay this.
Okay, that's your defense? You don't have the money?
There's a leash law in California. The dog is not on a leash.
Mm-hmm. Describe what happened.
We went out to this potato field to get some potatoes. And she was in the back of the truck, and the dog was running beside my truck with no leash. He seen a squirrel, so he shot across the front of my truck. I hit him in the back of the leg and knocked his leg out of whack.
You didn't see the dog running without the leash before it happened?
I seen him running without the leash,
and you
but...
know it was against the law?
Yeah.
Okay. So you participated in an illegal act that resulted in the damage to the dog. What's your counterclaim for?
It's for the refrigerator that I bought her.
You bought her the refrigerator?
Yeah, I bought the refrigerator.
And now
she was supposed to make payments on it. Two or 3 days after I bought the refrigerator, I go up to her house, and here's her boyfriend sitting on the front patio. He asked me, what am I doing there? And I said, I come to see Christine. And he told me that they've been going out for 3 years, and I've been going out with her for 8 months at a time. So I want her to pay for this refrigerator.
What were the terms of the repayment?
Huh?
What were the terms of the repayment?
To make the payments on the refrigerator every month, and she's only made 4 payments on the refrigerator.
Okay.
And I bought it back in July of last year.
All right, ma'am, what do you say to the refrigerator?
I had just moved into a new house. I didn't know what my bills were going to be in that house.
She lives with her mom and dad, too.
No, I don't.
She
You
said
just
she
moved
didn't,
out of your
sir.
mom and dad's.
Okay, I have not lived with my mom and dad. He said, well, you need a refrigerator. And I said, I could go to a secondhand store and get a refrigerator. No, you need a new refrigerator. I said, no, I don't. And here he comes up my front door walkway the next morning with the refrigerator.
She's lying. She was with me at Home Depot when I bought it.
I don't understand.
Did you agree to pay for it?
No, I didn't know what I
He
could
said
pay.
you made some payments toward. He said you
Because I
made some
felt
payments
sorry for
toward.
him.
Oh, yeah, you
Okay,
feel
and now
sorry
you don't
for
feel
me.
sorry
I don't
anymore?
feel so far.
Let's keep feeling sorry. All right, because
Yeah,
we're going to
feeling
pay for
sorry.
that.
Yeah.
When people tell me that, ma'am, I know that meant they agreed and now they don't want to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I felt sorry
She's a
for
gold
him
digger.
then, so I paid.
I'm a gold
I gave him
digger.
hundreds of
gold
dollars.
digger.
You're running over my animals.
Even though I didn't owe it, I gave him hundreds of dollars,
Yeah.
knowing that I didn't owe because I felt sorry for him. Well, let's not stop feeling sorry.
Okay.
You only have $700 worth of sorry to go. All right? So feel $700 worth more of sorry, and your mind should be clear. Now, the leash law, did you know that that was the law? You should have. You had a responsibility to know that you had to keep the dog on the leash.
No, not on a farm field. I did not.
Okay.
No, because
Let's
we were
see what you have.
on a dirt field.
Well, I think it's based on the municipality or the town or what have you, not based on the,
But
unless it defines the location. Away from home, dog owners must restrain their dog using a handheld leash no longer than 6 feet. The person holding the leash must be capable of controlling the dog.
Okay.
And your defense is what again? You didn't know?
I did not know about that, but Your Honor, he should have had automobile insurance to cover that, and he didn't. It expired at midnight that night.
No one's required by another person to have auto insurance. They're required by the law.
Right.
But you can't tell a person what he's required to do. Divide.
I couldn't afford my payment on my insurance because I spent the money on her.
Right.
Into.
Because you billed me.
Okay, ma'am, I'm gonna grant you half. I'm gonna call this comparative negligence, meaning you all are each responsible. He knew it was against the law what he was doing.
Yes.
And although you didn't know, you did violate the law. And ignorance of the law is no defense. So knowing the law and allowing this negligence to happen, he's going to have to pay half.
$1,454.
That's $1,454 is your judgment, and his judgment is $708 for the refrigerator, I believe you owe him for. Have a good day. Those are my judgments.
I should have had her on a leash, I guess, huh?
I guess that cheap people get away with things. We're still friends. We're still friends. We'll always be friends. We've been friends for 30 years.
Yeah, we're friends. It's just, we can't be lovers.